Okay, you guys asked for it. Well, some of you did anyway. My last video was a comparison between the CANIK SFX Rival and the CZ TS2. The reason I did that one was to look at what many consider to be the top quality budget gun compared to one that's considered best in class and not at all inexpensive. I'll put a link to that video up here on the screen and down in the description. In case you haven't watched it, then after this one, you can jump over to that one. That is, of course, after you've watched this one and hit the like button. But as many of you pointed out in the comments of that video, the better comparison, or the more true comparison, would have been between that CZ and the Rival-S. That's the new steel-framed version of the pistol. Well, I didn't have one, and they're not easy to get, but my awesome friends at Firing Distance did manage to scare one up. The CANIK SFX Rival-S is in almost all respects identical to the polymer-framed Rival, with just a few differences. Most notably, of course, is the much heavier forged steel frame. It also comes in much different packaging. The box is like small luggage, well made, super durable, and a good value. And it has two layers inside. The top layer is the gun, magazines, different sized back straps, aluminum magazine base plates, and the aluminum magwell extension. It also contains this little mini-me pistol. More on that in a second. Below is the accessories layer of the package. It contains a holster, mag loader, 5 optics adapter plates, because this is, of course, optics ready, a gun lock, and a few handy tools, including a punch. Okay, so I said I was going to talk more about this little one. This little guy is in the box, and it's in the box with the regular SFX Rival as well. What it is not just a cute little toy, and it's not a keychain. It is an actual tool. At the muzzle end is a little socket, and inside the handle of the pistol, this is hollow, and you remove the base plate. You just slide it forward, and in this hollow here are 2 fittings for your socket to drive. They're both hex head to drive the different screws that come with the gun. The screws are in here, and that is for the magwell and the optics plates, and also for what else? The magazine release comes with 3 different magazine release buttons, and you have replacement screws to put the different ones of those on. So anyway, so this little guy right here is more than just a cute gadget. You know, it's not just the prize in the bottom of your Cracker Jack box. It is actually part of the kit. It's a nice little tool set, and there are some replacement filaments or fibers for your front fiber optic sight as well in here in a little plastic case. So there's lots of little goodies in here. So definitely don't toss this away. Don't give it to your kids to play with. This is important. Okay, CANIK SFX Rival-S. S is for steel framed. I just very recently did a comparison with the Rival versus a particular CZ handgun, and a few of you, if not several, in the comments said, hey, you know, really, you should compare that to the steel frame, the S version. Well, at the time I didn't have one, and at the time I didn't know if I could even get one anytime soon. But I certainly have made the attempt and been successful. So here is the black version. I know it's also available in chrome and you know, stainless steel. This is the all black version. It's A, the one I could get, and B, I kind of like the look of it. Kind of more of a stealth look. But these will be my very first shots. I have just brought it out to the range for the first time, and I'm getting ready to shoot it. I'm going to do a lot of shooting and not a whole lot of talking today for a couple of reasons. Number one, there's a whole lot of wind. It is freezing cold, so I'm going to minimize how much time I'm standing out here in this cold. And the wind noise is probably going to be pretty bad, and I don't enjoy that any more than you do. Number two, next to the range, like, you know, 50 yards in that direction, is a huge farm field. And they have just put down fresh fertilizer. Did I mention it was windy? Yeah, so I am not enjoying the aroma. So I'm going to make it short and quick today. I'm going to do a whole bunch of shooting. I'll make my comments along the way if I can. And then when I get back to the studio and it's warm and hopefully smells nicer, then we'll talk in more detail about this gun. I'm shooting Herder's Select, by the way, the 100 packs that I picked up at Cabela's. It's a nice little package of ammo. I like that. I like it a lot. I hope they keep doing that. So for those of you who like to keep track of what I'm shooting, Herder's Select 115 grain ball. That part works like it's supposed to. And here we go. Wow. It is sweet. It is very sweet. You know, I've liked CANIKs for a long time, and the SFX, and then the SFX Rival as they continue to upgrade and enhance them. And now the steel frame, and just that first magazine, 15 rounds worth. It's an 18 round magazine, comes with 2 of them. I've got them loaded with 15 because, you know, I have that even row thing issue, OCD stuff. And that first 15 rounds were all right in the money. That's good. I love it. It feels great. It's about, I want to say 41.8, I believe, ounces is the weight. If that's wrong, I'll throw a correction up here. Okay, well, I'm having a little trouble. There we go. And I think it might just be my cold hands. Not my cold dead hands. That's a whole nother topic. Oh man, it's a shooter. I'm having a good time so far. I have a third mag that I stole from the other CANIK. Actually, I even have a fourth if I need it. Wow, even 3-shot bursts like that, I'm able to keep them, you know, in a pretty good fist-sized group on that steel target. Good stuff. Oh, and boy, that smells a whole lot nicer than what's coming from that field. So the key spec is the weight. A slight correction on my guesstimate out at the range. The actual weight is 42.72 ounces. And that puts it right up there with the heavy hitters, pun intended. The CZ competition guns, the Walther PPQ steel frame, and so on. Sounds like another comparison video might need to be made. One of the key differences between a polymer frame and a steel frame is addressing the grip surfaces. With polymer, the textures can be molded in. But with forging steel, you can't be that detailed in the forging process. That leaves a couple of options. Cut texture into the material after forging, or cover the forged material with some textured material. CANIK did it both ways with the Rival-S. There's a nice checkering on the front strap of the grip, and also on the front of the trigger guard for those of you who shoot wrong. I like the checkering that CANIK did here because it's very effective, but if you look really closely, you'll see that there are no sharp points. So it's great grip without the ouch factor. For the remainder of the grip surface, the palm swell area and backstrap, CANIK uses a polymer one-piece unit with the same good texture and feel as the polymer gun. 3 of those are provided, small, medium, and large. The 2 18-round magazines come with polymer base plates on them that are best suited for the base magwell without the extension. The aluminum extension is also supplied and easy to install. If you use that, you'll want to add the provided aluminum magazine base plates for the best performance and fit for competition setup. Controls are the same and are extremely good. Overall ergonomics are top-notch. One new element is the forward thumb index points that are fixed on with screws. Now this is in contrast to the textured section in the same area of the polymer frame. It would have been nice to see that area checkered instead, but it's possible that doing so might weaken the frame at a critical point. It also could simply have been a cheaper solution. There's nothing new that I can see in the upper. The slide and all of its internals are identical. The trigger also seems to be the same as the trigger from the polymer-framed Rival. That means it is exceptional. Very light and crisp with a 90-degree break point. It's made to excel at competition. As far as the shooting process goes, the Rival-S feels fantastic. It's heavy, but the weight is so nicely balanced that you don't really think about the weight. Doing triple taps and mag dumps is pretty easy, so make sure you bring plenty of ammo with you to the range. And you're going to be glad you did, because it's a smile maker. It is so fun to shoot. Fit and finish are good, but not fantastic. And this is where you see the cost difference between the CANIK and some of the top-shelf guns. Tool marks and inconsistent finishing work to the frame can be spotted without much effort. Similar tool marks on the slide are also apparent. Labor is the most expensive part of most manufacturing processes, so saving money on making it prettier is clearly a business choice. I'll offer a comparison or two down the road to help you put that into perspective. I just want to be sure that you have my honest opinion up front. As far as the price goes, the Rival-S starts at about $900 for the black finish, and it goes up for the stainless and chrome. Even at close to $1,000, I truly think that the Canon Rival-S is probably the most value out there, if you plan to compete with it. If you just want a plinker or a home defense weapon, it's more than you need, I think, and it's more than you need to spend. But if you compete in handgun sports, from beginner to champion, you'll find it hard to put a more capable pistol in your hand. And at this price, impossible. Wow, so just about wrapping it up at the range, a couple hundred rounds through this Rival-S, and it is, as I expected it to be, extremely nice. It's a great shooter. Feels so good. You know, again, it feels just like the Rival. There are some things that's slightly different about it besides just being a steel frame, and we'll talk about that. We'll look, in fact, at all the numbers when we get back to somewhere more comfortable. But as far as my impressions at the range, putting a couple hundred rounds through this thing, it's pretty amazing. Hey, thanks as always for watching. Big thanks to my Patreon patron supporters. And if you'd like to join their number and be a Patreon supporter of the channel, I would certainly welcome you into the fold. You know, I don't have any sponsors. There's no sponsorship here at all. Just whatever ad money I can get off of YouTube whenever they feel like cooperating. So that's always appreciated. But another way, a simple way that you can help me out at no cost to you is simply click the like and subscribe to the channel if you don't already. I'd appreciate that. And I'll see you next time.